So hello guys, and welcome to another video, and the Mario and Luigi series might be safe for now, because our worst fear over the past month has kind of been averted, since Kadokawa actually isn't being completely bought out by Sony like we previously thought they would. And if you didn't know already, Kadokawa is the owner of Aquire, and Aquire is the developer of Mario and Luigi Brothership. So it would have been extremely concerning, and I think things would have been very uncertain about the Mario and Luigi series again if Sony bought out Kadokawa. Like, I know they could just find, like, Nintendo could just find a new developer for Mario and Luigi like they did between Alpha Dream, then to Acquire, but we still would have waited a few years for a new game, and it was also pretty concerning considering the fact that Nintendo almost considered on giving up on the series outright before they found Aquire. And then also due to the fact that the sales for Mario and Luigi Brothership were kind of uncertain around the time that the news broke out. So it definitely would have been like a very concerning situation if Sony did buy them out. But thankfully, they aren't. This isn't just good for Mario and Luigi, but also things like FromSoft, like with Elden Ring and the Dark Souls series. That would have been pretty bad if Sony completely bought them out, because Kadokawa owns like quite a lot of like media, I would say, between like FromSoft, like I mentioned before, Acquire, Spike Chunsoft, as well as like a lot of like anime and manga related things as well. So that would have been pretty bad if Sony bought them outright. But they're going to have a 10% share in Kadokawa, which means that they will have some kind of like partial ownership, I guess, but not very much. Like, as long as it's like pretty low like that, I don't think it's too much of an issue. Yes, I still think it is kind of a problem that, like, companies are going in and trying to, like, buy out more things or take more ownership of things. Like, in the ideal case, I don't think this should happen at all. I just, like, it still is, like, a bit concerning in a way. I'm no expert on that, but it just still seems like a very monopolistic thing there. But yeah, it's like, ideally, I don't think Sony should have any ownership, but I guess this is like the least bad scenario in all of this, as long as things stay this way, I would say, because I don't think this is really gonna stop Acquire from developing more Mario and Luigi games in the future, because Kadokawa is such like a big company in terms of the things that they own. I don't think Sony is going to really like take up all of it. I mean, sure, we might see like more like PlayStation exclusive FromSoft games, but I don't think Sony is really gonna want anything out of Acquire or Spike Chunsoft, at least not that much, considering like the games that they've been releasing and everything. And I've also seen mentioned on my Discord server that it like some things about like Acquire are still concerning, since Acquire is like working with other companies to release like some of their future games. But the thing about Acquire is that they release quite a lot of games. This year alone, they released like multiple games. I think like 6 or 7 games, I believe. I might be wrong. It might be a little less than that. But they still released like quite a lot of games this year. Like they release like quite a lot of small games, and then every once in a while they do release like bigger projects like Octopath Traveler and different things like that. So it seems like they have like a fairly sustainable way of releasing these games. So I don't think the fact that Acquire is like partnering with a couple other companies and releasing things in the near future is really an issue for them kind of making future Mario and Luigi games, because they were able to develop Brothership alongside games like Octopath Traveler 2 and other things as well, and like all of these other games that they released this year. So I really don't think it's that much of an issue that they are, like, releasing other things. And I also don't think that, like I said, I don't think Sony will really have much need for them as well. So I don't really think there's anything to worry about in terms of Mario and Luigi now. Like, and another thing that I've kind of seen brought up, like, I mentioned this earlier in the video, and that's the sales of Mario and Luigi Brothership. We've actually got more recent news about that was kind of reassuring some people about like how Brothership performed and everything, because it was actually within the top 10 best-selling games in the United States in November 2024. I think it was 7th, I believe. And that is pretty good, I would say, because it was actually doing better than Sonic and Shadow Generations, which was on sale for 40% off. I'm not saying that against Sonic and Shadow Generations, because that is an excellent game. I'm definitely going to make a video about that game soon. But I think it did pretty well, since it was, like, in the top 10 in everything. It probably, realistically, sold, like, a little over 1 million, like, for launch sales. I'm guessing that its lifetime sales are going to be, like, around, like, 2.5 million. I would say probably similar to the Thousand Year Door remake. So I don't think we'll have anything to worry about in that regard. So the sales of Brothership probably not being too bad, probably being decently good, combined with the fact that Aquire, like, I don't think anything is gonna get in the way of Aquire developing another Mario and Luigi game, as well as, like, the whole possible merger with Kadokawa and Sony not, like, happening, and Sony just getting a small share of Kadokawa. I feel like all of those things combined kind of makes it seem like Mario and Luigi still does have a future with Aquire. So yeah, I really hope that's the case, because like I was saying in the other video, I think it would just be a bit awkward if Nintendo had to find another developer, and Aquire was doing so well with Brothership. I just really hope they would be able to build off of that, and just iron out some of the flaws that were in Brothership and everything, because I feel like another Mario and Luigi game developed by Aquire would just be incredible, I would say. Like, they have so much potential, I would say. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Goodbye.